on Up TV.
Mum and Dad in the past chose to spank their boys when it's come to disciplining them. And I've promised Mum and Dad that I will teach them a technique for discipline that will be very different. When you've already told them in a conversational voice to stop something and they've chosen not to listen and do as they're told, you then have to give them a warning. If they continue beyond the warning, bring them over to a chair and they are going to do time out. You're going to tell them why they now have to sit on that chair. And you'll set your timer 1 minute per their age. When they've done it, you'll come back and you'll tell them again. You were told to sit here because X, Y, and Z. You will then tell them that you want an apology. Hugs and kisses, and you move on.
I'm looking forward to using the technique.
I'm definitely willing to try the timeout technique.
It's clean-up time. Yes, you can.
There came a point when the boys had to start tidying up and Brody refused to do it. He started to stall.
Brody, look, what is this? And this?
I'd like you to turn around and tell him I'm asking you to pick up those pieces and put them into the box. If I have to come up here and see you're not doing it, you know what's going to be happening.
I'm going downstairs, and when I come back, they better be picked up. You understand me, right?
Brody refused to listen to him, and in the end, Dad put him into a timeout.
Sit down. Get down. Get up.
Explain why he's there. Explain why he's there.
You didn't pick up your toys, so you're in timeout.
Set the alarm. This is the first time that this family have done a timeout, and so it did seem a little bit awkward for Jimmy.
With Joe standing beside me, it was like, am I going to pass the test?
And actually, we didn't see Brody get up from the chair.
He knew that he was in trouble, and he said his time. I was proud of him.
Come listen to me. You know why I put you in timeout? Because you didn't do what I asked you to do with the toys. Apologize for not listening to me.
I don't know what that
It means tell me you're sorry. Hug me. Hug.
With some good coaching, Dad did manage to do a good timeout with Brody. But Brody still has to do what he refused to do in the beginning, and that's tidy up that playroom.
Let's go. Upstairs. No. Upstairs. He's asking for timeout because he thinks it's easier.
Yeah, of course.
Okay, so...
This is exactly the reason I think timeouts don't work.
Oh, we're going to do all this now. Come and watch me.
Of course he's going to want the sitting in the chair rather than doing what he's told to do and rather than getting a spanking.
Brody, you've been asked by your father to go upstairs and start tidying up the playroom. So I suggest you listen and do as you're told. Off you go, please. Brody went off to do as he was asked, and I went back to talk to Mum, and she was convinced with what she saw that timeout was never going to work.
That's why I said it was not his choice for him to choose no spanking. That's why I said that right there, because he's choosing the easy road.
It's not an easy road. Once they've been in that timeout a few times and they've realised that actually they're going to go back there again and again, to them it's going to become very boring, very stale, and they're going to realise what they're going to lose out on.
I like the timeout technique because you can use it anywhere without having, oh my God, this guy's beating his child. Call the police, you know.
I'm going to do my best with the timeout, but there are some things that warrant a spanking, and if it warrants a spanking, I'm more than likely going to have to spank my children.
The boys eat a lot of junk, let's face it. This family as a whole need to eat more well-balanced meals, so I'm going to introduce them to a little happy technique. Today, you get a chance to decide a meal that you would like to eat tonight. But this is the catch. Mum and Dad are not cooking dinner tonight. You guys are going to be the chefs.
They were like, really? We're going to get to cook?
And guess what I've got? I've got special chef outfits for you. Getting the boys really involved with cooking the food themselves is going to educate this whole family about eating better. Okay, so the meal tonight will be what? You two decide.
Pork chop.
Okay. They chose pork chops and macaroni, a couple of vegetables and a fruit. And together the pair of them started to get their aprons on and get busy making the food. 5 orders, please! It was important for these boys to do it on their own, although Dad did give them a little help when it comes to using the knives.
Slice them right there on the side. Yeah.
Cool! Cooking dinner was fun because I got to cut the vegetables.
The kids being involved with cooking the meal, they get to see the process that you take to make a meal.
I think it looks great, guys. Are you proud of yourselves?
Brody and Jacob had an opportunity to look at the different variety of foods that are out there.
Y'all did a great job. This is good food.
I'm really hoping when I'm gone for several days that Mum's not going to go back to spanking, which means that Mum and Dad need to be tight in their relationship. So I'm going to provoke a very honest and frank conversation between the pair of them. Is it okay to get junk food out of the pantry? So I'm seeing an yes and I'm seeing a no. So we've got a difference of opinion here. Is it okay for the children to have a difference of opinion about bedtime?
I'm always open to their opinions.
Yeah, because that's talking back.
Can your children make noise in the car, yes or no?
She didn't ask if they could scream. Just listen to the question.
He started nitpicking at the answers I was given, and it's something he does quite often.
He's so cut and dry, and I'm not. I have a lot of thinking that goes on behind my head.
I think what I say is right, but, 100% of the time, and you do the same.
To me, all that sounds like is you just saying it to be pretty.
No, I'm not saying.
To me, really, it does, because
this is.
hold on.
Okay, I'm sorry.
This is how it is. I'll be talking about something and you say, well, we're just not talking about that right now. That's kind of what it sounds like to me right now.
I'm seeing where this is going, and I'm having a hard time
Right, because
explaining
you want
myself.
to walk away.
No, I don't want to walk away.
No, just
I don't
like...
want to walk away.
I sat very, very still because I did not want to be a distraction for this couple. I wanted them locked into each other so that they would air this confrontation that's been going on for too long between them both.
Do you want to be married 40 years from now and hang out and do great things together? Or do you want to just leave me at home and go do your own thing because you don't want to hear what I have to say?
Yeah. I want to hear what you have to say.
Because if you don't want to hear what I have to say now, I can't imagine you as a 70-year-old man wanting to hear what I have to say.
I'm sorry. I'm just sorry. I honestly mean that. I feel like such a butt sometimes. But I'm just too hard-headed or too stubborn to go back to you and tell you I'm sorry. She was crying, and as a husband, it made me stop thinking about how I was treating her.
Well,
That's one of my favorite little meetings that we've had. I think it made me understand Amy a little more. So, therefore, I think I can be a better husband. I love you. If I can become a better husband to my wife, then we can become better parents together.
There's been some feelings that have been trampled on. And it's raw. It's raw in that house. They're bruised. They've got a lot of work ahead of them. I am going to look forward to seeing you guys when I get back. I'm gone for 3 days. When I'm gone for several days, Mum is going to have the opportunity to put in the new discipline technique. I just hope she doesn't go back to her old ways. I want to see you guys really coming together.
I'm kind of nervous.
Bye-bye.
Right. Seeing Joe walk out the door and knowing that we're on our own for the next 3 days.
I'm going to do my best with the timeout, but I can't promise that I'll never spank my children again.
Coming up on Supernanny. Mom loses her temper.
Oh my God, please.
And the kids feel the pain.
Just stop it right now.
When Supernanny returns. And now, Ask Supernanny.
When your kids are sick, should you allow them to sleep in your bed at night for comfort? A, no. Comfort them in their own room so they learn to feel secure in their own bed. B, yes. Allow them to sleep in your bed if they're restless and need more attention. C, well, let the kids decide on the night.
Find out the answer when we return.
Hi, I'm Holly.